All right, so we will get started. If anyone joins in, they can join in. This video is being recorded, so it can be shared with any individuals who cannot attend today. It'll be sent to them via email, or if you want to refer to it later, it'll be sent to you as well. So if you're unfamiliar with who I am, my name is Madeline, and I am the Director of Development over here at NAMI Go. I am the one who is handling everything walk related. What we're going to do today is we're just going to go over the different categories and tasks that there are for our volunteers on the day of the walk, as well as just some logistical things regarding the walk. Perfect. So to also say, I'd like to thank you all for joining us. Very happy for you to be here. Very happy. Hopefully you'll be volunteering at the walk, and you can find something that you're interested in doing. So we have, for the walk, we have 5 main categories for volunteering. They're going to be setup, breakdown, collections handling, registration, and then food and water. There's a few different tasks within each of those categories. Setup is going to mainly be towards, obviously, the morning shift. And that morning shift will be from 6:30 a.m. to 10 a.m. And don't worry about writing stuff down. If you want to, you're welcome to, but this will also all be in an email. So if you forget something, no big deal. Obviously setup is the earlier shift. We got to get everything all set, ready to go. The tasks that would be involved for setup would be setting up the signs that we would have around the track or the route of the park. That would be from our, sponsors and partnerships. So it would be helping set up those signs, some signs about, directions, things that are going on. Another setup part would be assisting sponsors. So they'll pull up with their car, they'll need assistance unloading things, taking it, finding their tables, so directing them to their table. We'll also, earlier in the morning, have some individuals who are going around and labeling those tables, making sure they're all wiped down of any debris or moisture from earlier in the day, so that way it can all run smoothly once we're having people direct them to their tables. We also would really like to have an Ask Me individual, just someone who can be a point of contact for any sponsors who are setting up, any participants who are arriving who have questions. For that individual, we would love to work with some people who are familiar with the organization, in case they have any questions about the organization itself. We'll be able to, go through those questions. So that is kind of what the setup team would be in charge of. This is going to be probably the most active part of the day. So if you're really wanting to be on your feet, you're wanting to do some stuff like that, this is what is going to be best for you, as it's, preparing everything. There's going to be a lot of moving parts during this, but we'll all be in it together.
And Madeline, can I jump in there really quick? Hi, everyone. Most of you know me. I'm Freddie. I'm the ED. On that, for the morning shift in particular, Crane's Roost will do majority of the setup for us, and then the sponsors will do, all their own setup and whatnot. So, definitely the more physical part of the day for sure. But most of it's going to be putting floor signs up, and they'll have a crew out there moving tables and all that stuff. So there might be some of that stuff we have to do, but we don't want you thinking it's too much of a back-breaking job.
No like lifting up tables or chairs. It's pretty much just helping some people move things to their tables, helping direct, setting up some signs. So it is just going to be some walking involved. It's not as stationary as some of the other objects. So once, 8 a.m. is the official start time that we have listed. That's when our participants will start arriving. So this will be some of the more, while the walk is happening, tasks that we have. One of those categories is registration. Underneath registration, we'll have a volunteer registration table. So this will be the one that we'll want to set up as soon as possible in the morning. We'll have an individual who is stationed there checking in the volunteers as they trickle in the morning, and then as well as when we begin the second shift of the day, which will be from 9:30 to 1. So that individual will be placed at that table for both of those shifts. for any volunteers who are coming or going, answering any questions, helping direct people, stuff like that. The other registration table would obviously be the participant registration table for the people who are participating in the walk. We will have probably some of our staff members there as well, or checking in on it. It will be, just going through, if they're not already registered, getting them registered. If they will be receiving a t-shirt, we'll have that listed on there, so then we can direct them to go to the t-shirt table. If they have fundraising money that they need to turn in, we can direct them to the next step. So it is kind of like a, little operation system. You'll go here, then here, then here. So we'll just be lining everyone up. The t-shirt table is another part of we're putting it under registration. All of the participants who are able to receive t-shirts, there will be a list of them with their name and what t-shirt size. You'll just be checking them in, finding their t-shirt, handing it off to them, checking it off. So that's another, more stationary one where you'll be at a table with a chair and just, helping people go through t-shirts. And then the other part of the registration category is our health fair table. As some of you may know, our health fair table, we put a lot of information about NAMI and our programs and what we offer. Of course, we want to set this table up at the walk for those individuals who might not be as familiar as NAMI. We would love some volunteers who are more familiar with NAMI Go and what we do to be stationed here, just so if individuals do have questions about our programs, it'll be someone who's a little well-versed. So if you are a teacher, or you've volunteered before, or you've been a presenter for us, this might be a really good position for you, just because you'll be able to share your knowledge and your experience with NAMI for those who might not have as much experience or knowledge. The third category that we will be having is called collections handling. This is going to be, most of these will be a little more stationary. However, there is going to be money involved. At all of these stations, we will have a staff member or a board member who will be there. So you won't be 100% alone. There'll be an individual to help you, to help oversight this. There's going to be 3 different categories within this one. The first one is the turn it in table, like I mentioned earlier. That's for anyone who has fundraised money before the walk and they're bringing it in. Typically, it's an envelope with cash or checks. It's just making sure that you're getting that envelope. We're writing down that name, the contents of it. And again, a staff member or board member will be with you to oversight all of that and make sure we're getting that all written down correctly. And the staff and board member will hold on to that. The second one will be our silent auction. So again, this will be helping people with the silent auction see what's available, writing in on the bid sheets towards the end of the day. Once things are a little more finalized, it'll maybe taking some payment for that. We are still working out all of the details of the silent auction right now, but there is going to be, again, some real money involved with this one. And again, a staff or board member will be there as well. And lastly, we'll have our raffle tickets. It'll be a table where people can buy raffle tickets. They can be cash, it can be card. We'll have that all figured out. It's just, helping with payments. And again, that one is still, we're working out all the small details of that right now. So it'll be a little more finalized and a little more instructions once we get to actual walk day. The fourth station is the food and water station that we will have set up. It's just helping man it and, handing out some food and some water. So it's standing, but not super physical. It's pretty self-explanatory, just hanging out. It's just helping people if they want, giving them a bottle of water. If they want a snack, we'll be giving them a snack. That's pretty much it. And then lastly, we'll have breakdown, which is, of course, the end of the day, we're going to wrap it all up. It's going to be helping us NAMI Go staff, helping sponsors pack up. Again, we don't need to worry about the tables or chairs. Those are the responsibility of the park and the parks employees. So it's just taking care of our stuff and helping us all break it down, load it back into our cars and trucks, so we're able to get everyone out as soon as we can, so that way we're not hanging around for too long. Does anyone have any questions about those in the moment before we move on to the next part? No good. Thumbs up. Okay. Perfect. So our goal is to have 2 people at each station during of the shifts. That is our goal. So if you have some friends who want to volunteer, encourage them to sign up. We are going to take your preferences into mind. So there was a Google form that was sent in the email. If you're interested in volunteering, it will be sent to you again. Don't worry. That is if you want to volunteer, fill out that form. On that form, there'll be a preference of everything that I just went over. We're going to take that into account. Of course, any sort of like physical mobility things, we'll take those into account. But if there are a lot of people showing interest for one thing and not a lot of people showing interest for one thing, we're going to have to shift some people over. Before actual walk day, you will have your assignments, and this will be sent out to everyone. So you're not just walking in blind. We're going to have everything all set up for you.
Yep.
Yep. Don't worry. You won't be walking in blind. I'll set it all up. There'll be a nice email for you with directions and everything. Volunteer shirts, we do have some volunteer shirts. You can either pick them up the week before the walk, Monday to Friday during business hours, or when you come in on actual walk day, we'll have a couple, we'll have some there in different sizes. So whatever works best for you and your schedule, you can do either or. One thing that we just would like people to keep in mind is the weather. This is Florida. We have no idea what the weather's going to be like. It could be hot, it could be cold, it could rain. We don't know. Keep an eye out of the weather. If it looks like it's going to be hot and sunny, sunscreen, hats. Make sure you stay hydrated. We don't want people passing out on us. So hydration, if you need to take a break, please vocalize that to any other volunteers, to us staff members. We are, we want everyone is safe and comfortable. Like I said, feel free to bring a hat if you want to bring a hat, whatever you need. If it looks like there could be weather in the forecast, feel free to bring a rain jacket, whatever you need to be comfortable for the day. And then the other part of that is some of these are going to be a little more physical. You might be in the sun for a little bit. We can't guarantee that everything is going to be in the shade. So just keep that in mind to bring any sunglasses as well. I always forget to put sunscreen on like my part and I get burned there. So, just be prepared for whatever we may need from you. Again, if you have any sort of, limitations, just vocalize that with us and we are happy to move you and work with you and wherever we can help. This is pretty much it. It is pretty short. The ask of you all, as I said, is that form that was sent out to you in the email that had these 2 Zoom links. If you haven't filled that Google form out, just go out and fill that. I am directly pulling everyone's emails and information from that form. So if you don't fill out that form, you will not be assigned a volunteer spot. I'll send it again as a wrap up when I send this video out to everyone. So please make sure you fill that out. Does anyone have any questions?
Is there a way to know that the our previous submission was went through? Like if I go back in there, is it going to say, or is that a confirmation or anything like that?
So what I will do is we have this meeting and then we have one at 6 o'clock tonight. And my goal is to send out the recorded version of this email and then, some follow-up information either tomorrow or Monday. And that will be my thank you so much for coming, blah, 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 blah. If you don't get that email Friday or Monday, reach out to me on Tuesday, because that means the form was not filled out.
Okay,
so,
perfect.
Yeah.
And then on when you send like a wrap up email with all the information day of, it's going to have which time based on what we're doing?
Correct. So the first one might be a thank you so much for all of this. I'm going to assign this to you. Later in the week or the beginning of the following week will be the official assignments, just so we have some time if there's some people who couldn't be in this meeting today and they're watching it maybe over the weekend or early next week, we can let some more volunteers trickle in, and then we'll have a cutoff date where we'll officially assign everyone.
Thanks.
Of course. Do we have any other questions? Clint, do you have a question? Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I filled out the form, what I wanted to do. It's the early shift. But I don't know for certain. So should I just fill the form out again or?
Keyboard is in the way. You can't see. Let me see here. I can pull it up real quick, Clint.
Okay, thank you.
Of course. Yep, you filled it out, Clint.
Okay, all right,
I
great.
got you. Of
Okay, thank you.
course.
Hey, Freddie, I hope you're having a good day there.
I'm having a super busy day, but it's a good day.
Okay,
I'm
good.
I'm doing a email thread, another call I'm listening into. It's getting close to walk day.
Okay, all right.
Perfect. We have any other questions? If everyone is all set, then I thank you so much for your time. If you haven't filled out that Google form, make sure you fill that out. And like I said, the follow-up email will either be sent to, my goal is tomorrow, but if not tomorrow, it will be sent on Monday. And then the further volunteer assignments will be later next week or the beginning of the week after that, which is will be like the 17th. So either say like the end of the next week or the beginning of the week after that. Pretty much all I have for you. Are very appreciative towards all of you. We cannot do this without you. So thank you so much. And we're really excited to see you there. And we're hope you're all as excited as we are. All right.
Thank
Bye,
you.
guys.
Have a good one. Thank you, everyone.